We are days away from June, which means that this is the critical time to pay attention to new research coming out, especially data from the silverback himself telling us that records have been broken. Let's take a listen, and then at the end of the video we'll come back to this little excerpt from the AMC CEO himself, because he is going to tell us something that we have suspected for a long time.
We had 3.3 million people watch Top Gun over this Memorial Day holiday.
That is a record breaker. And we have also seen bullish indicators from the technical side, as well as the very fact that you guys have been able to catch the exceptional DD that we were able to go over yesterday. If you guys wanted to be able to get those buy and sell signals, make sure that you guys have stuck to the end of the video and reaped your rewards, just like Antonio here. He watched the newest video, he understood that he had to watch until the end, and he is now getting access to the six-figure portfolio. If you guys had not looked at the last video, you have not missed your chance. In fact, I'm going to be picking some of you to join the Moon Platoon for absolutely free, and for the rest of you, I'm going to be able to show you something I literally cannot get over, something that involves the world's most expensive violin. Okay, let's get right into it. First things first, you guys saw that strong buy signal on the Friday's trading. We were able to catch that buy signal continuing on into the day. At the very start of the bell, AMC hit 10% up on the day. So that was a very, very nice way to start the day, and likely due to the continuation of Top Gun setting brand new office records. It took the box office this weekend setting a new record in the process, a sequel to the 1986 blockbuster, which has Tom Cruise reprise his most iconic role as Pete Maverick Mitchell, made an estimated $156 million domestically for its 4-day opening weekend. That gives the film the record for biggest opening over the Memorial Day holiday weekend, overtaking Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, which made $153 million over a decade ago. Maverick surpassed expectations at the ticket booth this weekend. Analysts forecast the film to make closer to $80 million for its weekend opening and $150 million over its 4-day holiday. It's easily Cruise's biggest debut at the box office over his 40-year career and marks the star's first $100 million opening. On top of all that, Maverick is the third biggest debut of the year behind 2 superhero films, so we're not even done yet. We're not even close to done. We have Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of the Madness, and the Batman. Studios and the theaters couldn't ask for a better way to dive into the summer, the film industry's most lucrative season. Recently, Paramount has struggled to find its footing in the ever-evolving Hollywood, but that's not the case in 2022. So, you guys have heard that we are now setting records, but let's hear what the CEO himself has to say, because in this video, you guys are gonna hear a statistic, you guys are gonna hear some data you are gonna like. So make sure that you have already liked this video, slamming that like to defeat the algorithm. Say respectful thanks to our silverback himself, and make sure that you guys have already commented out which like you guys are, all the way up to 1,600.
Weekend. It is the biggest Memorial Day weekend movie of all time. I actually think that when Paramount releases numbers today, they'll be higher than what you've seen in the press reports. This is 2.5 times the biggest Tom Cruise movie opening ever. We're just euphoric.
You said that 3.3 million people. I know that's a huge increase over Memorial Day last year. Is that a record in terms of people? Because, you know, obviously ticket prices are up. People were paying for premium experiences here. If you're looking at just people coming through, where do we stand now versus pre-pandemic?
It's a record for us for a single movie title. In total, we had about 5 million people in our theaters watching not only this movie, but the other 20 titles that are playing at AMC. And wait till you see what's coming, because this is just the first of many. Jurassic World Dominion opens in 2 weeks. Pixar's Lightyear's a week after that. And oh, the summer is just a flood of great movie titles. Thor and Minions. There's a Elvis biopic starring Tom Hanks, which from Baz Luhrmann, who did Moulin Rouge way back when. It's going to be a big, big summer, in our opinion. And then it just continues all the way to Christmas. Avatar 2 is coming in December. You know, Avatar was the biggest movie of all time back when it was released ages ago. So, needless to say, theater chains, thank you, Tom Cruise. We're very excited.
Yeah, I don't think you're the only one thinking that. If we're looking at your stock today, last I looked, it was up by about 12%. I don't think that's because of Top Gun alone. I think that's because people really do think that this is going to bring people back to the movie theaters. Does it change your strategy at all? Are you going to be looking at this and saying, okay, we can really focus on our bread and buttered, or maybe our buttered popcorn here, and know that this is a viable option? Maybe you don't need to branch out in some of the ways you've talked about branching out.
Here comes the data.
Well, we're going to continue to branch out because we're able to do so and we're good at it. And so there are various new business ventures coming. But, even though we were diversifying, we were never taking our eye off the ball, our core business. I've been a big cheerleader for the return of movie theater business. I always thought the conventional wisdom was simply wrong, that somehow we were an anachronism. Americans, and for that matter, people the world over, have enjoyed going to the cinema for over a century. And we've known, just look at Spider-Man No Way Home back in December, and the Marvel Doctor Strange movie just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
When Hollywood makes movies and releases them in theaters that people want to see, they're coming out in huge numbers to enjoy our theaters. So we're excited, we're confident. We know that we're on a path to recovery from 26 months of pandemic, but we're still going to diversify too. There's more in us than just movie theater.
It's more in it than just movie theaters. That's the truth in itself. But more importantly, Adam Aron confirming that retail investors own about 80% of the float outright. Without index funds, it's closer to 85 and 90%. So that's why it's so important that we are able to capture this small tidbits of data, including the fact that many, many more movies are coming, including Lightyear. Really excited for that because I love Toy Story growing up. If you guys had a really good time getting the scoop from Mr. Adam Aron himself, you guys are going to leave and love the technical analysis we have bouncing off of this support twice in a row and $14.10. That is giving us this bullish pennant, a decreasing level of resistance, but a also simultaneously decreasing level of support. That it will give us, since we are coming from an uptrend, a second and stronger uptrend, likely equal to the one that we had from $12. And if that starts on that $14 support, then we are going to see another $7 push. So all the way up to $20 is likely the forecast for the week. However, that June DD is still one of the most important things that you guys are going to have to take away from. So we covered that in the very last video, where I also shared the fact that I'm a playwright. I'm writing a musical, and that's going up this year. So if you guys live in the Bay Area and you guys have something that you want to be able to describe, something about the retail investor's journey, the fact that the matter that the small people have always been underneath the big people's boot, I said foot and boot at the same time, then you guys are likely going to want to see the video I'm releasing one day before June 3rd. On June 2nd, on that Thursday, I'm releasing a video of something about the world's most expensive violin. So if you guys do watch that video and then comment out which like you guys are, as always, but then go to Instagram and Twitter. I'm Andrew Mo Money on both of those, and then ditch me what you see in those videos. I will get you guys not only access to my 6-figure portfolio, again, I'm extending that throughout this entire week, but I will also be able to give you guys access, one lucky person, access to the Patreon subscribers and joiners list at the very end. To have you guys fully join the Gorillionaires, Meatball Space Legends, and the Moon Platoon, those people who make it possible. Because I want to give it back to you guys, and I want to say thank you to those of you who stayed until the end of the video. Thank you for those of you who slapped that like if you found this video helpful, useful, or entertaining. And finally, thank you for those of you who support this channel. For now, but not for forever. I'll see you guys in the money. Peace.